Hi y'all and welcome to Jade Coloring. My name is Liz and I am finally posting my finished coloring pages video. This is everything that I have colored between October, kind of middle of October 2025 until June 27th of this year. So I had taken over a year break or so from posting videos, and then I took a little break from June to October with coloring, and slowly but surely I have been coloring again. And it's not that many pages. It's about 18 pages that I've colored in, that between October last year and June of this year. So I'm really excited that I finally have some things to share with y'all, and hopefully this will kind of kickstart me to, you know, keep on with the momentum and keep on coloring and posting videos for y'all. But I thought we would start first with my one PDF I finished, and this was back in October. And it is a Fabiana Antonazio PDF. And I want to say maybe this might have been like a freebie from her for Halloween one year. But I've always loved it, and I was super thrilled to finally have this one finished. I used, I think, kind of a mixture of things, some alcohol markers and some Prismas. Just really had fun with it. I really loved how it turned out. And I did use Distress Ink Oxide for the sky, nighttime sky. And I really enjoyed adding like little dots for the bushes and stuff. I thought that really kind of made it look a bit more textured. I've been seeing a lot of the cute and cozy coloring pages, and they kind of achieve a really cool texture for the bushes and trees sometimes. So I kind of played around with that some. And I also really liked kind of making the cauldron, whatever's in there, look kind of magical if I could. And the little mouse was super cute. And I like doing the pumpkins white. But yeah, super enjoyable page. I really loved it. And the crow was really cute, and the little ghost. But probably one of my favorite ones that I did while I was on my little coloring break. And then I did one in Matchstick Mouse, a springtime coloring book by Morgan O'Brien. And this one I kind of got a little inspiration from a finished page I seen on Pinterest, and it was around Easter when I did this one. It's the Easter egg hunt. And I seen like the little bug, they made it look kind of like it was glowing, and I thought that would be really fun to try and do. So I did try to kind of create that. I don't know if it turned out very good. And I think I used alcohol markers just a little bit for some of the leaves and stuff. But I really enjoy coloring in Matchstick Mouse. I think it turned out pretty adorable. I had fun coloring the different eggs and um, all the greenery and stuff. I just think it turned out super cute. And I think I used mainly Prismas with this one, but it's been a minute, I will say, on some of these pages, so I don't really remember completely what I used in each one, but I'm going to try my best to recall what I did use. But yeah, that was another one and that one done. Next up, I did a page in Cute and Creepy coloring book by Camilla De Rico. I feel like I heard someone saying her name right, and I don't know, maybe that's the right way. I love coloring in this book every year for Halloween, or around October. I should have, okay, there it is. So I started on both of these around the same time, but I ended up finishing this one and not the Miss Frankenstein one. I don't know why, but I just kind of, I didn't keep on going with it, but I will finish it eventually. But I did finish I guess this is kind of like a mad scientist, and I used distressed ink oxides and also just regular distressed ink, and kind of did a glowing effect if I could, or if it kind of looks like that, I guess. But I'm really happy with it, and I thought it was super cute. I liked using the purple and the green, and then kind of like the black on the outside to kind of bring the focus in on the little mad scientist. I thought about drawing in her body, but I don't know. I just kind of went with it and had fun with it how it was, and I thought it turned out super cute. I love coloring in this book, and I really hope to get back to this one. I don't know. I like playing around with like different shapes and stuff using the oxides or distressed ink oxide. I've done, I think that's just regular paint, but I don't know why. I tend to do just weird shapes in this book. Like this one, it's got some weird shapes going on, and that one too. I don't know, just kind of fun playing around with that. But yeah, I really liked coloring her like bottles here, kind of making the two colors kind of glow around the bottles. And you can kind of tell I tried to outline some of the kind of, I don't know what those would be, kind of ghost like little faces all around. I don't know if it really showed up, but yep, that one. Next up, Dragonling. Dragonling. I don't know why I'm having trouble saying that word. Coloring book by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And I got this for Christmas, and I was super excited to get this book. I had a couple of like Patreon pages from her, and I think some of those ended up in this book. So I was real excited to have them kind of all in one place. But I did this peppermint dragonling, and I also got Derwent Chroma Flows, the 150 set for Christmas, and I was pretty eager to start coloring with those. So I think primarily used those on this page, and I think it turned out really good. I kind of did look at her original painting for a little bit of inspiration. I did a few things differently, but I think there was like a green background because I wasn't sure what to do with the background, and I did end up using, again, distressed oxide. I actually use that a lot in my pages lately. It just kind of helps, me feel less intimidated about the um, the page, in general. So I had a lot of fun with this one. I think the skin tone turned out pretty good for my first try using the Chroma Flows, and I had a lot of fun doing her hair, and of course the peppermints and the dragon was a lot of fun too. But I love this book. There are so many really beautiful illustrations or artwork from her in this one, and I can't wait to color more in it. And I feel like I did a little better with her eyelashes. I always kind of struggle with the eyelashes, and these ones are very prominent, but I think it ended up turning out pretty good. This is, I think, it's a Japanese coloring book, and maybe Yuri, maybe Yuri, um, sketchbook. I can't remember. I should write these down, I know, but I love this book. It's one of my favorites, and I did this one. Again, distressed ink oxide for this part. I wasn't really sure what to do with that, if I consider it kind of like a wall or what, but I did end up kind of making it a wall. But I just really love how the Little Mouse's outfit turned out. I like those colors together. They're real muted, but I don't know, I thought it was super adorable. But I had a lot of fun with it. I think I used Prismacolors for this one. But yeah, it took me a while because, again, I was unsure what to do with the floor and the wall kind of in the back. I tried to make it kind of look a little bit sketchy and kind of fading on the edges, but I think it turned out better than I expected. But yeah, I had a lot of fun making the gold details look gold, and that's a telescope. For some reason, I was having trouble remembering what you call that, but yeah, another one done in this book. Pretty excited about it. I did a lot of Marie Trolle coloring pages, and I think 3 of her books maybe. This is a Shooting Star, and I love this cover. It's so pretty. I had a lot of fun doing this one. Again, distressed ink oxide for the background. My goodness, I didn't realize I did so many with that, but it really kind of helped me relax and, get some pages done and have fun with them. So I decided to do kind of a fun purple color like palette, and trying to make myself color more fur. It was not too bad, I feel like, but then I added a lot of little dots around in the background because it looked kind of empty, and a lot of fun coloring the clouds. I'm pretty sure I used Derwent Chromaflow for this, and the kind of the vines and greenery around the kind of the framed picture, I kind of made it a little bit lighter than I normally do because I know I just thought it looked nice, that like really light green color with all the other colors. So yeah, another one done in this one too. But I was pleasantly surprised with how cute the cat turned out. I'm always a little worried with animals. And the mushrooms were fun to color too, that kind of purple and like purplish red color going on there. Then we have Fairy Tale Worlds, and this is also by Maria Trolle. And I know I marked it, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, I did. I was just overlooking it. This Jack and the Beanstalk and the Golden Goose. Now, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Golden Goose. I don't know if I made that up, but that's what I did anyway. Maybe I seen somebody else color this page. And I also used distressed ink oxide for the background, and then just kind of kept with the same color. I just thought it would be fun to kind of do kind of like a monochromatic color scheme, and then have him really kind of draw the eye. Kind of made the little goose kind of glow a little bit. It was a lot of fun, and I don't know why I was really messy lately with some of my pages. I cut some on the part that wasn't supposed to have anything, but that's okay. But yeah, I love this book. It's super cute, and I really want to do this other one, but I don't know what color I'll do. If I'll make them match or just kind of go with what colors I'm feeling, because I kind of want that one to be green, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I think I used Prismacolors for this, and then just the Derwent. Not Derwent. I didn't have those yet or did I? I think the Prisma, and then the distressed oxide is what I'm trying to say, and it was a lot of fun. I just had a lot of fun, really, just trying out new things this last few months. And we have is it Mandolin? I can't remember, but This is another Marie Trolle book, and I did the Girl and the Snail, and I thought it was so fun, or it turned out super adorable. I also used distressed oxide and also a little bit of just regular distressed ink to kind of get that more less, because the oxides are very pigmented and just kind of flat, but to get it a little more variation and a little more lighter color in there, I used the distressed inks over top the oxide I did on around the edges where I wanted it to be a little bit darker. I think the little snail turned out super cute. I love the little bee. Just one of my favorite pages I've done in the last few months, and it was also one of the fastest I ended up finishing fairly quickly. But I tried to do a little bit of grass texture in the background, trying to get a little more comfortable with adding a few things to the pages. And I really liked the purple flowers. I think I used Prismacolors, if I'm not mistaken. This is a Wondrous Folk coloring book. It's a Christine Caron coloring book, and I did Joys of Summer. I wanted this one to be really bright and summery, so I went with a very bright background and tried to make her hair look kind of really sun-kissed, or sunshiny, and I really like it. It's super cute. I was having trouble getting it to blend out, so I ended up going over top of some of the layers with like alcohol marker, and it did help kind of blend all the pencils together, I think, a little bit better. I really like the pop of the red flower in her hair. And I used like a rose gold paint marker for her hoop earrings and a little bit in her necklace. And I tried to do kind of like a, I guess kind of like a sunset background. And you probably guessed it, that was distressed ink oxide. So yeah, I think, did I use it in almost every page I did? I think I might have, but I can't remember. I'm sure there's one I didn't use it in. But I love this book. I can't wait to color more in here. Okay, we have R.J. Hampson's Serendipity. I did the Alchemist. I really liked how this one turned out too. I loved playing around with the glowing green from the chemical stuff they're using, and I don't know, it was just a lot of fun. I also used distressed ink, I think. I'm not sure if it was oxide. It might have been oxide. And then also distressed ink to do the green around the bookcase here. But I wanted to keep the focus on the illustration, but also add a little something to the background. So I like how the dark colors kind of still honed in on the main part. I really liked doing their outfits. They were very, very cool. It was fun coming up with the color palette for that. And I liked making kind of look like he had a little bit of a plaid shirt underneath there. And doing all the little odds and ends in the bookcase. Lots of interesting little things in there to color. I think I did a pretty good job making it look like glass with the glass jars and stuff. But that was a little bit of a challenge. I mainly probably just used like white and then went over with a white paint pen to add like a little highlight. But yeah, I loved it. It was great. It It was really fun working on this one. Okay, next up is Little Folk, and this is also by Christine Caron. And I did the first page in the book, and it was this Autumn Encounters. I really did love how this one turned out. I've always wanted to do kind of like the like muddled colors of the like autumn forest, kind of almost like hazy like in the background. And so I used, I think, alcohol markers to do that. And I think it turned out pretty good. I didn't really mess with it too much. I just tried kind of using different green and light green and orange and yellow colors to kind of get that effect. And I was pleasantly surprised. I tried not to fuss with it too much. I really liked how, I don't know if she's supposed to be like a witch, but I really like how her outfit turned out. I liked the colors, how they went together, and then had a lot of fun coloring each of the little animals in the scene, like the little squirrel and the raccoon, and the hedgehog might be my favorite. I know it's hard to pick, but yeah, I loved it. It was great. Yeah, I seen this first page and I was really excited about it, so I kind of decided to do this one before I did any of the rest. It's funny, I end up sometimes coloring the first page in a lot of books more times than not. And her tights, I thought those were cute. 50 monstrous, or 50 monster themed miniatures by Kamila Angelkova. I had a lot of fun with coloring this one. I used Distressed Ink Oxide again, and I guess I was going for like an oval shape. It does look like an egg, but eggs are oval, so that makes sense. And hopefully it doesn't look too weird. I initially was going to color kind of green because it has like trees growing kind of out of him, I guess, but I thought it would be cool to try like purple and dark blues and then add a pop of color with the moon and the clouds. And yeah, it was fun. I liked it. It was a simple page, but it was a lot of fun to work with. And I did kind of had trouble. I had a little bit of trouble with what color to do the moon because I wanted it to still pop a little bit, but yeah, I really like the monster. It's my favorite part of the page. It looks super cute. I like its little face. Lulu's House of Wonder, Lulu Mayo coloring book, and might be one of my favorites from her. I did this one. I think it's like 2 otters, and I think I used my Derwent Chromaflows and some alcohol markers for this one, and maybe a little Prismacolors too. I'm still getting a little bit used to the Chromaflows. I really do like them. I feel like they layer very well, but sometimes I like to do the fur with the Prismas. I think I did the otter's fur with Derwent, kind of trying that out. And then like the squirrels and the skunks at the bottom, they turned out so cute. I love the little skunk pair down there. I had fun coming up with like a pattern for her dress. And the squirrels were also very adorable. It was just a really enjoyable page also. Sometimes with these I have a little bit of trouble with like what to do with kind of the mythological or imaginary creatures Lulu has in there. Like she's very creative, but I just don't know sometimes what to color them. So I try my best to kind of come up with what to do with them, and I think they turned out pretty good. They definitely really pop amongst the colors, and I had fun doing their dresses also. But yeah, it was busy page, but I think it kind of turned out kind of cohesive and really cute. I liked coloring the mushrooms too, picking all the different colors out for them and just having fun with it. And again, I tried to add a little bit of grass here at the bottom. But yeah. Okay, Fairy and Fantasy. This is Christine Caron. And this one had been a work in progress for probably at least 3 years, maybe, or maybe 2. I don't know. But I finally finished this one. It is Mr. Vampire. And I was so proud with his skin tone. I was trying to make it look kind of really light and pale and, you know, vampire like. And after that, I was just kind of stuck on what to do with the rest of the page. But I finally finished it. I really liked how I made the moon kind of pink, like a pale pink color. And I wasn't sure, but I kind of made the little corners like red. I thought you need a little touch of red in there. I don't know if they look weird or not, but it worked out. And then I gave him like real pale white hair. I think that was what I was on the fence about the longest, was what color to do his hair. And so obviously I ended up with white, but I was very close to doing brown. But I feel like I always do brown. But I don't know, maybe I always do white hair when it's a vampire. But anyway, besides the point, it got done. And Distressed Oxide for the background also. So it was my go-to lately. And I like doing a suit kind of purple. And the bats, you know, I just kind of did them black. Nothing too fancy. But I was super happy to have this one finally finished. It's been on my list of pages to finish for a while. And now it's finally, I can check it off. Million Little Monsters by Lulu Mayo. This is probably one of my favorite books by her, and I've colored several in here. This one, I was heavily inspired by someone that I found on Pinterest, and she probably has an Instagram, but I'm not sure. It's like Lena Art, so Lena Art, and if I remember, I'll put it on the screen. But I had started this one several years ago, and I need to finish it. But I really liked the color of the fur and stuff, kind of like the puppiness of it, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I liked that. And I seen that she had also done a similar color palette with this one. And I don't know. I was in a little bit of a coloring slump at this point, and I thought I would really just love to try and play around with the colors and the way she did this page. So that's what I did. And I had a lot of fun coloring it. I think I used Prisma. But you know, it just kind of got me a little bit more out of my regular way of thinking about coloring things, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't have thought to really color parts of these plants kind of black like that. And I thought, well, that's just such a great idea for this page. And so I did borrow heavily from her. She does amazing work. So it was a lot of fun playing around with it and trying to add different things. But also, you know, I kind of struggle sometimes with the little characters. And that really helped me. Like, I liked how she did the like little pumpkin guy there. That really helped me kind of get started on it. And I think I finished it in like a few days, you know. I tried to make the little bow on top of the bat's head look a bit sparkly. I don't know if it worked out, but super cute. But yeah, I've been kind of really looking at other finished coloring pages, and if they spark interest and creativity, then I really love just kind of going for it and trying something new out. It's really been helping me branch out and just fall in love again with coloring. I always love it, of course. It's just sometimes need a little bit of inspiration to help get us started. But yeah, I was so thankful I found that page. This was a lot of fun to recreate, and I think it turned out super awesome. And then I also did another page in this one. This one was also a lot of fun. I really liked going with the pink and the greens. It's kind of springtime when I colored this, so it's kind of going with light springy colors, and yeah, I've really got a lot of finished pages in this book, so it's fun to keep keep on coloring. Hopefully one day have a finished one. But I really liked the little, I don't know what that is supposed to be, but kind of owl creature with horns, I guess. And if there's a official name for it, I don't know. I like doing all the flowers. They were really fun to kind of mess around with. But yeah, and I liked all the umbrellas. It was just, I think I used Prismacolor for this and also Derwent Chromaflows. So I've been really kind of mixing the pencils up a little bit lately, and it's been fun kind of messing around with different color palettes and stuff and the different kind of textures you get from different pencil sets. But yeah, super cute. I love that little thing. I finally got a Diane DeFore. Don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's an art therapy book. I think this is something like teddy bears, maybe therapy, maybe. Um, but I did the first page in this one. This is a super cute book. I can't wait to do more. They're just all so adorable. I did the first one, and it's this cute little sleeping bear. And I think I used maybe oil pastels. I got some oil pastels, and I kind of played around with some of those for this like little circle in the center, and it was interesting. I got a lot to learn with them, but it was just kind of a fun mess around with this page. I really liked how the little bear's fur turned out. And then I just kind of threw a lot of green colors at the greenery and used like a little bit of a light color of like pinks and blues in the top, and then kind of did the green on the bottom. I used some paint pens for the little um, round bits, the circle things. I don't know what they're called, but the little added circles to the greenery, and then thought I needed a little more color to it. So then I just kind of added some yellow dots around there with a yellow paint pen. And I think that kind of added a little bit more brightness to it. And I really love how small this book is. It's nice working with smaller books sometimes. And have a lot to learn with the oil pastels. Definitely have been branching out with more mediums lately. Okay, and the last book I colored in is Portrait of the Mermaid by Sarah Burr. I did this mermaid, and I think I used a lot of Derwent Chromaflow for this, but I did use alcohol markers for the background and then went over top with, I think it was Derwent Chromaflows also with pencil. But yeah, I loved how this turned out. It's super cute. I liked her hair, and I just kind of went real simple with it. Just randomly picking out colors, having fun with it. But I love getting more pages finished in this one. Hopefully one day I'll finish this book. I feel like I have 5 finished pages in here. Again, I also love that it's a smaller book, so it's fun working on in those, of course. And I didn't really do anything too special with the fish. I just kind of colored them to match kind of like her tail and the kind of pink beads that are kind of running through her hair. But yeah. But that's everything I've colored in the last few months. I was so excited to show y'all and share with y'all what I've colored. It's always my favorite part of the channel is to share those with y'all. And hopefully I will have more to share soon, and do some filming and kind of get that going. But thank y'all so much for watching, and until the next video, bye y'all.